Welcome to part two. We should be joined by Andy in the next couple of minutes. Let's give her a nudge. Hello, Andy. How are you doing?
I can hear you now, pal.
I can hear you, mate. Are you all right?
Can you see me?
I can't see you, mate.
I don't know what's happened with the video.
Are you on the old source tonight, Andy?
No, oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Not tonight. No, I might have one actually. I might have thinking about it. Had a couple last night.
Did you?
I was watching. Me and my young lad, were out here, so I was watching. I had some rally stuff on as well, so watching some of that, and then I watched Usyk Fury again. So, thought it'd be rude not to have a couple of Japanese vodkas.
Yeah, that's strong stuff, isn't it? Vodka Jack. Is it?
It's 40%, I think it is. Haku. It's nice, it's nice stuff.
Did you watch the cricket documentary I did?
I did. It's very good. I mean, I'm not a cricket fan, but I enjoyed it. It was good. Well, saying that, I got a cricket set for my Christmas once when I was a lad. Used to play out. We used to play out in the park. It's probably more rounders we were playing than.
Well, first bat I ever got that were any good. First bat I ever got was 1983. Gunnar Moore from Nottingham, handmade. Our first bat that I ever got, it one of them white covered ones. You don't have to knock them in.
Yeah.
I remember knocking it in on Boxing Day like that on drive. My brother goes, "What are you knocking that in for?" And I goes, "Well, they do on telly, don't they? You know, like Jeff Boycott, Graham Coach." It's got one of them covers on it, a white cover, so you don't need to knock them in. I went, "Yeah, but I'm knocking it in anyway." Because I wanted to be like, the knocker inners. But no, you didn't need to knock them in if you had them covers on, which I'm devastated about, really. But what I noticed over years, all them who were buying bats were having to knock them in. They all had problems with them.
All right.
We am splitting and stuff like that, spleen splitting and the bottom half, and especially Stuart Surridge bats and that. And I was like, ugh. So a man played it staging and got me one that were covered, so I was a bit devastated. But I saw somebody with a Gunnar Moore bat around here earlier. I thought, I remember my first bat. A Gunnar Moore, but I do like cricket. Yeah, I haven't played years, man. Honestly, years and years and years. But I just think it's sad what's happened down there. Especially being where I grew up, that all that effort that went in down there from like for years, nearly 100 years. Well,
yeah,
but near on, 1911 until. Well, I was still there in '87 when I played my last game. There's a 16-year-old, and I don't think it was much longer than that, another 10 years or something, but. Wherever there's funding and money, nobody's to be entrusted, especially in mining villages. Nobody can be trusted. Nobody can be trusted with money or anything to look after anything nowadays. But yeah,
tragic.
That can go on for 70, 80 years, not a problem. But then you get to the modern day age and they all can't handle money.
They do play cricket up here. There is a cricket pitch down.
Scotland don't play cricket, do they?
I've never watched it.
Cricket, I thought you tossed trees in air, man, with skirts on.
The Highland Games. I actually had a go at that once. Oh, years and years ago. It was we used to do tug of war.
Andy.
Eh?
You like that one, Andy? Not from Aberdeen. My auntie says to me.
We used to do tug of.
My auntie goes, "Do you know that Andy on your channel?" I goes, "Yeah." She goes, "He's not from Aberdeen, I've heard." I goes, "No." She goes, "Well, how come you were saying you were for about 2 years?" I goes, "That's because he's mumbling." And he should have told me. People keep coming up to me now, they keep going, "That Andy's not from Aberdeen." How he's from fucking Perth.
There's even, since I started that wee channel of mine, there's people commenting on it. They always call me Aberdeen Andy from Perth or Aberdeen Andy not from Aberdeen.
It is Andy, but he's not from Aberdeen. You know what I mean? First of all, you turned down our Andy from Aberdeen. How could you? You're a joke. Well, you've got Silla saying you've turned down Andy down from Aberdeen. Houston, we've got a problem.
I used to do tug of war at a place called Wraith, which is about 6 miles north of where I grew up. And there's one of the guys there said, like, it's Highland Games on Pitlochry, where I grew up. And that's the last Highland Games of the season, I think. And if you go down in the morning, there's local events. Like there's heavy events in the afternoons when the main games are on, but in the morning there's local, what they call local events. You've got to be local to enter them. So he says, all you need to do is put a kilt on and you can go and have a go at the local events. And I'm like, I could do the shock put all right, and then I could throw the hammer all right. But there was another thing, weight for distance, which was a big ball and a chain, and the Cobra. And I went down to, it was an old school teacher of mine who's a good guy. He was in the tent where you went and registered. And I said, I was only going to do the shot put and the hammer. And he goes, oh no, you just have a go at the weight for that. And he said, they thought about the Cobra, you want to enter that? And I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I look all right numpty doing that. But he says, there's only 3 people entered, so you're guaranteed fourth prize, eh? So I had a go, but you got the Cobra up.
You got a kilt, Andy. Do you wear one of them?
Sorry?
Do you wear one?
A kilt. I wear a kilt occasionally, aye. Special occasions.
Oh, have you got your own, like?
I've got more than one, aye.
Don't you feel a dick wearing it?
I'll be honest. I'm not keen on wearing the kilt, but I will wear it for like weddings and that. But I'd rather just put a suit on it.
Andy, I couldn't do that, mate. I couldn't do it. All right, then let me ask you this. Is it true that people who wear them kilts don't wear any boxers?
Well, it's personal choice. Some folk don't, some folk do. They always say a true Scotsman wears nothing under his kilt.
Yeah.
Gone commando.
Is that why there's all them Scottish women up there on a Saturday night walking around with smiles on their faces?
They're all happy, You got to watch yourself. You're wearing a kilt and you go out in the town, you'll be getting attacked with women.
Out of the town, chance to be a fine thing, mate. I can't get out anywhere these days. I'm on pub watch everywhere I go. Pub watched.
Pub watch. I never.
Pub watch. I walk in and they go, about turn.
Like,
What's that for? Sniffing in toilets. That's latest. What's that about 2 years ago? Yeah, you're still banned.
Must pick you up on the CCTV coming in there. Just goes flashes red.
What did you think, Andy, to Taylor Catterall? Let me know what you thought about Taylor Catterall.
Well, I thought it was a better fight than the first fight, which it had to be because the first fight was dreadful, wasn't it?
Oh,
and I thought Catterall won the first fight, and he got robbed of the decision. But the second fight, I thought Taylor won it by probably 2 rounds. I felt Taylor won it, so I felt Bob Arum's doing the right thing, shouting out in the ring. But no, I felt Taylor won the second fight, but I felt it was all geared up for Catterall to win it because the commentary was kind of veering towards Catterall. At the end of each round, anytime they were showing highlights, it was all Catterall's highlights they were showing. I thought it's a stitch up there, but that was just my view on it. But and that's me being neutral. I don't mind who wins, but I thought Catterall won the first fight, but I thought Taylor won that fight. But because of what happened in the first fight, I felt was that influenced everything with the second fight. So
do you think
they have a third fight?
You are, Andy?
Will they have a third fight?
Well, I don't want to see a third fight because let's have it right. That were a load of pony the other night, wasn't it? The first one was 2.5 years ago, and this one is just too long to put together. So now I don't want to see a third one, and I think they're both spent anyway.
Yeah, I think they've seen better days.
Yeah.
I think Taylor should, if he's going to continue, he needs to move up in weight. I feel, but and just to give it a try, see how he is at an upper weight. He's been a good champion, hasn't he? But, he's probably past his best, man.
Listen, Taylor, right? In my opinion, Taylor, in my opinion, is somebody that his CV, right? He got to undisputed, but he's only really beaten not even an handful of people to be undisputed. And then it so fell apart with it next handful of fights, hasn't it? So
Aye.
personally, I think because he didn't return Catterall's rematch first off, I
Yeah.
think it's been all downhill for him since then. I do honestly. I
Yeah.
believe a lot were took out of him with Prograve, right? Just Taylor. I think too much was took out. I think Prograve took a lot out of him.
Well, me.
I think Catterall capitalised on that. Won the first fight, and he clearly won the second one, didn't he? But he still ain't got a world title to his name, Andy.
No. And I don't know if he'll win a world title actually. I'm not convinced Catterall will win a world. He's he's normally a right negative fighter, isn't it? Catterall. That last fight he had before he rematched Taylor, I thought was dreadful, eh?
Well, the only exciting fight he's ever been in is the first one with Taylor, and it weren't that exciting. I've never seen Catterall in any exciting fight. He's a stinkinator Mark too.
He is the new stinkinator, eh?
He is Joseph Parker's love child.
He's gonna pass the torch to Catterall as a stinkinator, eh? Because he's kind of shaking that title off a wee bit. I thought his last couple of fights he's done better, Parker. But who's he going to fight next? Is he going to rematch Zhang?
I don't know, but Max is more active than Dave Allen.
Right.
Dennis, what about Max and Dave Allen? We could get White Rhino to put Max completely out of his misery once and for all.
I don't know if I meant to ask you again. Did you ever get a chance to phone the guy about the guy that was pals with Jock McInnes? He was friends with Ken Buchanan. It was part of this.
Did you give me his number?
I think I did. I'll send you again, though.
Send me his number. I'll give him a call.
It's to do with that Ringside Charitable Trust, which they're trying to set up I think it's a care home for retired boxers. I've got the thing here.
Are they trying to raise money?
They're trying to raise money to set up a. I've got it. I'll read this out quickly. The aims of Ringside. For me, oh wait a minute, it's turned around. For many, I'll put it down. The phone keeps shifting. For many years, concern has been expressed for the countless boxing personnel who find themselves suffering from depression, alcohol dependency, injuries, and illnesses attributed to boxing. Ringside Charitable Trust hope to change the way we care for the boxing family. The vision for the home is to include medical help, facilities for ex-boxers to be cared for, both short and long term, a cinema room for boxers to watch films of their old fights, and a non-alcoholic bar where they can sit together and reminisce. Once the initial funding is in place, the cost of sustaining the home is estimated at 1.5 million per year. Many boxers have entertained us over the decades, and many need our help in hard times. This is our opportunity to raise funds for the Ringside Charitable Trust, a fantastic project to establish a 36-bed residential care facility, which will be of enormous benefit to those who sadly have no means of support in dark times. So that they're trying to do good for boxers that's fallen on hard times. But I would shout out to look at all that money that's floating about in Saudi and all the top guys like Fury, Joshua. They could easily probably set that up themselves or put money towards it. Even Frank Warren and Eddie Hills. Yeah. Frank Warren's prize money would have paid for that and set it up,
They're not going to get nothing like that, though. They're going to take the lot.
Yeah.
Just in case, because the opportunities like this in the last 40 years,
yeah,
pop up every couple of years, but you don't hear about these sort of things all the time. There's always promoters flying around the world to speak to people in different countries about stuff like that. It's just at this time they've got lucky, haven't they? This guy, but they didn't
hit the jackpot.
Well, they had the guy who were in pole position before him. It all went a bit tits up, didn't it? This could go tits up as well.
Yeah.
Because that other one mustard, and it didn't last that long, did it? So they're going to do what they can while they can. They're not. Have you noticed? None of them are buying properties out there, are they?
No.
John Fury, Eddie Hill, Bricktop, Joshua, everybody, they're all going on about Riyadh. Well, how come nobody's bought anything there yet then? Hey, it's an in-out cash, what do they call it? Smash and grab.
Smash and grab, eh?
Smash and grab, cash and grab, whatever you want to call it, bang and bees, whatever. In, out, gone. And that is it. Not to be hanging around there ever again. In fact,
But even that Turkey Al Sheikh, if he's watching, because I think he watches a lot of stuff, doesn't he? If he's watching, he would be held in high esteem if he put the money up for that. People would hold him in high esteem. Anybody that puts up the money for that they'd be looked more favourably on by the fans.
lining a lot of people's pockets, aren't you? Triple T, Turkey. Well done lining all these people's pockets. But what about the shows in the UK that we're not getting because of you? With your Saudi dough. What about these shows in UK that's upside down because of you? That nobody dare say a word about. But they daren't, dare they? Am I right?
I think he's doing one in September, as you know. There's no.
Well, that's brilliant. Well, that's brilliant. If they've got all them millions, why can't they have fights over either? Because it's not Riyadh season now, is it?
Yeah. I think they're doing one in Los Angeles as well. I've seen somewhere.
Listen, I think that Eddie Hills and Bricktop are going to be giving him a nudge to put shows in it UK, not on your fucking Nelly. They're going to talk about it, but let's see it happen.
Let's see action. Action speak louder. The proof will be in the pudding, eh?
Yeah, black pudding. Not going to be custard with sponge, is it? Big Meech and the big stiff Dubois, are they going to fight? Yes or no?
I hope so. I think Dubois will beat him, innit?
You reckon?
I think so. I don't like sitting on the fence, so I'm going to say now that Dubois will beat him, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he wants to fight Dubois, does he? I mean, Dubois is what, 9 years younger, fresher, big puncher. He's got a good jab, isn't he? But maybe his defence isn't fantastic, but he can improve that. Big Daddy Don might help him out there.
Big Daddy what?
But I don't think Joshua's been flattered by the wins he's had latterly because he's not really fought anybody at higher caliber. Whereas Dubois has gone in with Hrgovic, who was a mandatory for IBF. So how would Joshua got on against Hrgovic taking? Because Hrgovic was quite lively for the first few rounds, wasn't he? He was maybe punched himself out to an extent.
Do you know
He's thrown a lot of leather.
He was the only one that let me down in my bet, you know.
Hrgovic, John.
Hrgovic. Accumulator 20-1. He was the only one that let me down.
Right.
Hrgovic, you piece of.
I never really put any bets on. Well, I put a bet on. It was only a small bet. I just got the money back for what I lost on the other ones. Dubois winning by knockout.
I didn't have the bar to do him.
Mm-hmm.
Not after all the bullshit you were coming out with, Calla, about Hrgovic and his training regimes and how serious he takes it and all that. Telling people I know and that I was thinking, oh God, Calla's got one on quiet here. That he's not. Yeah, and it turned out he was just a load of shite like old wrestling you had in your stable over years.
You got bashed up, eh?
Listen, how many fighters have that lot had? How many fighters has there been in Germany over years that have shafted us lot?
Oh, aye.
Matthew Macklin against Sturm. Macklin got shafted royally, mate, against Sturm. Robin Reed against Sven Otka. That's probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen. But Arthur Abraham, Edison Miranda won.
Oh, horrendous, eh?
If anybody wants to watch corruption in boxing, you keep saying, oh, Parker, you keep going about corruption, you got no proof. Go and watch Arthur Abraham versus Edison Miranda 1 in Germany. Go and watch that. Randy Newman stops the fight, doesn't he, Andy? And awards the win to Edison Miranda by knockout. Big Willie Sauerland gets up the promoter. No, you can't do that. Let him fight on. Well, he's coming to stop it. He's got a broken joint. Well, like that one, Abraham.
Aye. I mean,
Out here. But no, you've got to fight on. Edison and Ramp won. The fight's carrying on. So they carried on. They then took, over the next whatever rounds it were, 8, 9 rounds or whatever, they took 5 points off Miranda. 5, but didn't disqualify him. He took 5 points every time Miranda landed on that broken jaw. They took a point off, didn't they? I couldn't. This is that everybody in the boxing industry knows that these fights I'm going to tell you about now, right, were shockers, absolute shocking performances from referees and judges. Robin Reed Svenopka, the referee were Roger Tillerman. He was a judge in the Froch Kessler fight. Family friend at Sowlands. What were the other one? Edison Miranda, Arthur Abraham won. Matthew Macklin Sturm. Martin Murray against Sergio Martins. What was that other bad one? Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley. That were a bad one, wasn't it? The first
Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn as well, was it not?
Yeah, that were a bad one. But I'll tell you why the first one didn't go Aaron's way. Because Aaron didn't want it that way. He wanted to get Bradley and Pacquiao in 3 fights, didn't he? So he could milk it. Do you know what I mean? It worked out brilliant. They milked it all to death before they threw him to Mayweather, didn't they?
Yeah. Terrible.
You what?
Terrible. What do you think about Usyk going back down to cruiserweight he's talking about?
Nah, I can't see that. Can you not get paid it that way, is he?
Nah. But then he's not about the money, is he? So
who's he going to fight?
I don't know.
Cruiserweight. Why would he want to do that when he's already been undisputed champion at cruiser and he's moved up to heavy? He wants to go back down, so he's going 16 stone. He's going to go down to what, 14.4. What about dropping £2 to Bridger? What is it, £2?
Yeah, 16. Is it 16?
Well, I could fight Lawrence, the Source, the Coley.
Yeah,
my man.
There you go.
Ain't mine. He's actually all right, actually, but we're not going to be swapping spitting, shall we, me and Lawrence?
Who's the other Bridgerweight champion? There's 2 belts in there, Bridgerweight.
Well, Lawrence is a WBC Bridger guy, isn't he? There's only one outfit got the belt in the WBC. There's no other belts, I don't think.
Is the WBA no got it, but they call it something else?
Oh, are they now in it? I don't know. It was WBC, wasn't it, at one point?
Aye.
I don't really care, to be honest, but since Lawrence won it, I'm Team Lawrence now.
Yeah.
No, but to be honest with you, mate, I thought you were going to flog me. I seen it. When he walked in gym, I was doing chins. I thought, oh, big Lawrence is here. I'll do an extra. And I'm like, anyway, here we go.
Did you have your Essex running shoes on just in case?
He's about 6'8", so I looked at him. I thought, well, he's got about 8 stone on me. He's a foot taller and about 7, 8 stone heavier. I thought, well, I've got a bit of a chance on these, and I got sliders on, and I've got my Nike. I thought, well, I'll be able to get out of that room quick. I'm still doing 100 in about 14.5 seconds. It's pity it's not 12.5, isn't it? So anyway, and then I was looking at his big old shovel hands. I thought, ooh. Then Joe Gallagher's collared me off. I've gone in. I thought, we're all right here, Joe. You're not set up by you. I just thought, right, ask anybody what I did. This is what I did. I walked straight up to him and I went, how's it going, Lawrence? You know, I didn't like you when you were at the Hills, but now you're with Joji, I like you. What could he say to that? But actually, he were all right, actually. And he's not what you think, Lawrence, though. He ain't one of them guys that's giving it the big and all. He's a really, like, humble guy. And he, like, shocked me with his humbleness. He did, honestly, shock me with it. You what?
Big Meech could only dream about being that humble.
You know, Big Meech. Well, he put hands on Big Meech, didn't he, when they were at EIS, Lawrence? I'll tell you who. David Price, Lawrence, and the other one. Big and he just beat.
Dubois.
Dubois. There's 3 that set about him. They reckon Joe Joyce did, but he never had a count with Joyce, but he's supposed to have got stuck into him. But Lawrence, the bar dropped him, didn't he? David Price knocked him spark out. It was smelling salt. The bar had him staggering on the floor. I think the bar would not knocked him out, and I'm sure Lawrence dropped him as well. He took a knee against Lawrence. I'm not sure. But I think when Lawrence signed him, nobody were mentioning anything, were they? And Eddie never come out and said no. But Joshua's not unbeatable. Don't be thinking that he is, because he is. And usually, you know, the guys who are gonna give you an hard time, they're usually people that you're in your same camp with. You know, like Joe Joyce and Joshua. If they've sparred at the time, they'll know each other. Dave Allen gave Joshua a hard spar. Not all the time, but times really done well against him. But yeah, everybody's beat him. Well, Mike Tyson got beat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Joe Calzaghe got beat, mate. I thought Robin Reed beat him. I thought Hopkins done him.
Yeah. I thought that. I thought Robin Reed. That fight could have gone either way. I remember watching it. I thought Reed had beat him by about a round.
Coffee Box had him winning Robin Reed 8 rounds to 4. They took a point off Robin Reed, you know, for a low blow, which were a right stitch up. But this was just to make sure that Bricktop had it in bag, wasn't it? Because Bricktop fighter, wasn't it? You know what I mean? But,
that was a good fight, though, wasn't it? It was quite a good fight back then.
You know why it was a good fight, that? Because you've got a southpaw coming up against a counter-punching right-hander, orthodox. And Robin Reed all night, you know, he kept hitting him with right-hand leads all night. An orthodox guy with right-hand lead, because don't forget, your right hand's got about that much more further to travel than left, so usually your left is. He was clocking him all night with that right-hand lead. You know Joe Calzaghe? He ended up with a broken nose, and he was eating that right hand all night. All night long. And they give it as a split. And Bricktop said, no, don't be kicking off over it, and you'll not get rematch. So they didn't kick off. Robin and Brian Hughes didn't kick off. Yeah, Brian Hughes said, Robin, we can't be kicking off, or we'll not get rematch with Frank. It's a true story, that. They did offer.
Never got a rematch anyway, did he?
I'm just trying to tell you, but you keep butting in as usual.
Sorry.
No, they offered Robin rematch. Bricktop had him down to Savoy, didn't he? Buttered him up and that with big dinner and all that, and then told him how much we were going to pay him. And Robin Reed went, "Nah, you're not having me for that." And it never happened.
Right.
So it would have been a good fight, but Joe Calzaghe didn't want that smoke. They had a spar when they were amateurs as well, and Robin come away on top. So that was before he went to Olympics, because he never got picked for Olympics, did he, Calzaghe, in '92? So, but yeah, they took Robin Reed instead. He got bronze, didn't he? But well, we'll see what happens, won't we? With them two, but no, they never did fight, did they?
I liked Robin Reed. He's one of my favourite fighters back in the day.
You know what? He's a lovely kid, Robin. Really nice kid.
The only thing I thought he neglected his jab occasionally. He wasn't jabbing enough some fights.
It depends who you're fighting, doesn't it? When you're fighting a southpaw, you haven't got to let him get in the rhythm, have you? That's what Frop said to me. So you've got to jump on southpaws, not let him get into a rhythm. You've got to give him that right hand straight down pipe. That's what he said to me, Frop. And that's what Sabute, didn't he?
Yeah, spot on with that, wasn't he?
But yeah, Robin's a good guy. He is into Thai food now. A few years ago, I remember speaking to him. He said, I'm about 14 and a half stone. I saw you. God, I bet that's heaviest you've ever been in it, Rob. He went, yeah, it is. And like, yeah, you know, he talks like, yeah, it is. Couldn't believe it. You know, you can't show him when he starts talking. Anyway, and then the time after that, I seen him. He said, I'm bang on 12 stone. He was bang on 12 stone.
All right, yeah.
He was having sit-up competitions with my mate, Bunny. And my mate Bunny were thrashing him, but Robin at the time was back on 12 stone. Right, he took that 2.5 stone off you, but you were an hard trainer anyway.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Let me ask you this. What do you think about Anthony Yard's beef with Bricktop? Because Bricktop's doing interviews saying they're going to regret this and all that, but it's Tunde he's fell out with. It's not Yard, isn't it?
Aye. So it's Tunde. Was he on about people whispering in his ear? I take it he was getting at Tunde about that.
Tunde, Dream it, believe it, become it. Food banks for you, kid. Dream it,
Thing
believe it,
is,
become it.
Yard could have maybe got that Bivol fight if it hadn't been all this aggro going. He's probably missed out on a lot of money out there, eh?
Chocolate twirls in the house. Is it twirl or lions? Lion bars in the chocolate twirls. I've got chocolate twirls on my brain today. Since I had one for my breakfast.
I bought myself some of them. Yeah,
What's
tried them.
that?
Caramel.
Hey, do you know what? You know Kevin's sister, Nicola. I grew up with Kevin's sister, Nicola. When we were kids, we used to go to shop. We used to get cabanas. Remember them?
Oh, they're lovely, eh?
And,
Remember the advert for them?
yeah. Don't mention
Make
that on
me
here.
your
Don't sing that on here. You'll get me into trouble. Don't sing that on here. I'll end up with racist comments. You can't.
Actually, looked it up.
Hey?
I looked it up a few weeks ago. We were talking about cabanas at work, and somebody said, "What's a cabana?"
They were only
cabana.
a fancy bounty, weren't they, really? But because it was a good name.
They had cherries in them, didn't they?
I was thinking about them, so
I mean, I hardly ever eat chocolate now, but I was in Tesco today and I seen them. I thought I'll try it. I've had them before, but a long time ago, but just an occasional treat.
Who's your top £5 for pound now, Andy? Now it's all changed about and that. Who have you got?
Usyk #1. Probably an OU or Crawford tying for #2. Better Beef, probably #4. #5 would be Tank. What do you call him?
Yeah.
His name escapes me now. What's his name? Tank.
You like Tank, don't you?
He's a good fighter, eh?
Well, I'll tell
He's
you
not
what.
fought for a wee while, has he?
Huh?
He's not fought for a wee while, though, has he?
Well, I'll tell you my top 5, Andy. I'm going to have Usyk #1 because he's cleaned up at cruiser and he's cleaned up at heavyweight, undisputed. He's got to be the #1 guy by a mile. And then I'm going to go Anoyo #2, mainly because Crawford's inactive.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Crawford at 3, but he's still inactive, and I don't think he's going to fight again myself. I'm going to put Bam Bam Rodriguez at 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to have Baturbia at #5. I'm going to have Bivol because I think he's a bit more active in it than him, really.
Yeah.
He'll be active for me. Fury's not in it because he's a dope cheat and he's been beat. Canelo's a dope cheat and he's been beat. They're not in it. I think Fury's finished personally now, Tyson Fury, as regards fitness-wise and ability, and I think it's all caught up with him. He's a very old 36, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's right.
When
he fights again, he'll be 36, but he's an old 36.
Yeah.
Tyson's had 11 fights since Vladimir. Now, that's over 100 months. Over 100 and something month in it, 11 fights. So by this time next year, he's getting on for like a fight. I bet it's going to be if he don't fight this year, he'll be inactive for I don't know, mate. But it works out. He's had a fight every 10, 11 months or something. That's not how the champ should be. Mike Tyson were having 4 fights a year, you know, when he was in his age.
Yeah.
So were Ali. So why have we got them wheeling out fighters every 10, 11 months? They're keeping belts hostage. The belts are being kept hostage. Nobody's allowed to win them. When people are chasing down a title shot at heavyweight, it's like a big serious thing. And if you lose it, you never look at Huey losing against Parker, who got shafted. 6 years later, Huey's still not had a shot at title.
That's it.
Because the belts are parked up. And it's wrong, Andy. It's absolutely wrong.
It's a bit like Sonny Liston was locked out, wasn't he? Nobody would give him a title shot. Because, Customato knew that he would flog Patterson, didn't he? So he was locked out for years. So he was way past his best before he actually got it.
Sonny Edwards.
Sonny Liston.
Oh, Sonny Liston. Yeah, Sonny Liston were locked out. Wasn't he? But he were in with mob and everything, wasn't he?
So he was way past his best before he even got a title shot, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
that's probably what's happening to a lot of guys now. They'll be past their best before they actually get a title shot.
Well, that's what's happening, Andy, by the looks of it, mate.
Unless you're in with Bricktop like Dubois is.
Well, Dubois. Do you think Dubois is going to get another title shot?
Well, he's got this. Was it interim IBF title he's got now?
Yeah.
So if he gets the full, if Usyk gets stripped to that title, and that becomes when he fights Big Meech, if he fights Big Meech, that'll be for the full. I think that's the only reason Big Meech will fight him, if it's for the full title, from what I can gather.
Yeah.
Mm. Or he might go down the Parker route or Zhang route, but they're all dangerous fights for Big Meech. He could get sparked out by any of them.
What do you think?
I think Parker's probably the safest route. He's probably the least concussive puncher, I would say.
Do you reckon?
Between Zhang and Dubois, I think they're bigger punchers than Parker.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see. 2 seconds. I'm just sorting this out.
So on the camera out.
Yeah, I think I've sussed it now. I think I've sussed it.
Yeah.
I don't think Joshua knocks out Dubois. I think Joshua gets beat by him. I think
I think so.
I think Dubois beats Joshua. I think he runs over him. I think Joshua's an old man. I personally think I know people that have sparred him. He's not the same fighter. I think the masking over the cracks to get him over the line in a massive fight. They just want more money.
Yeah.
They don't put him in with Dubois, because if Dubois does him, he's done. They're going to put him in with a softie.
Yeah.
The soft touch to get his 5th win after Usyk's 2nd loss. And I think it'll be Zhang. I do. And I think Zhang, in months to come, when Zhang's a little bit older, a little bit fatter, and they'll try all their moves to be an Eddie Judge and Eddie Reffin.
And he'll stay away from Zhang until Zhang gets tired later in the fight, and then he'll maybe try and jump on him.
He won't want to mix it up with Zhang early doors. He'll want to take it down straight and drown him.
Yeah.
That's what I think will happen. Joshua has been wrapped up in cotton wool that much now that everybody's catching him out now, aren't they, with what they're doing? Everything I pointed out early in his career, they all said, Parker, you're a hater. Why? Why? Because you're wrapping him in cotton wool. Don't forget, he was mandatory for Wilder and they jumped to IBF to fight that guy, didn't he? Joshua. He could have had Wilder 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's never going to happen now.
9 years ago, he could have had Wilder. They didn't want to know, mate. They didn't want to know. Could have been him and Wilder going at it for that WBC belt. They didn't want to. But Joshua were all WBC when he first started. Do you remember? T-shirt on and WBC International and Jose Sullivan's family and all that were like family. As soon as they said, yeah, it could be one Wilder, they went, oh, you know what? Fancy that Charlie Martin for IBF, pop, pop, bang. That's what happened. Anyway, listen, we've got a minute left, so I'm going to wrap it up. Are you all right?
Yeah, all good, Di.
Yeah, we'll do a proper boxing one this week. We'll give them something a little bit different, haven't we, today?
Yeah, good to mix it up now and again.
We mixed it up a bit for you. If you didn't get much chat about boxing, who cares? You will this week. Well, you take care, Andy. I'm going to get off.
You too, Russ. All the best, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming on. Love you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
all the best. Cheers.
Well, that were Andy from Perth. He's not from Aberdeen. Women love him, men want to be him. I hope everybody liked the video. Don't forget to watch Porky's International YouTube. That's our sister channel, and I put a lot of effort in there to get that cricket documentary out. So I hope you all like it. It's only 12 minutes long, but my mum and dad liked it, so that's all I will bother about it. It gets me in good books. That's about it. Go on, peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Booyaka.